Even the visitor center, about to go out to the campus where the sawmill and this is the saw blade from the lower Bluff mill. This is part of the Savannah lumber sawmill area, which they took over after the Hill and Foster group. And this is some of their ruins. This is what the blade looks like. They had the gangway ones first, and these were the circular saws they used later on as technology advanced. Look how big that saw is. And this up here, I believe, is what they used for the steam power. Not really sure. I think it was where they had maybe a fire in there to create steam. Or some kind of device to hold part of the sawmill. Yeah, you see where it's open. So this was like a big oven or a fireplace to produce steam, because they didn't have electricity then to use the sawmill. Part of the lower Bluff mill here. And there's a log basin pond there where they used to keep logs in it for the sawmill. And this is an example of what's one of the devices they use in the sawmill. But this is like one of the log basins. You keep logs they brought in from the river and stacked them up here until they use them to saw them up and then process them. I'm sure these are some ruins from the sawmill days. Not sure what it was. Maybe a building, some type. See the layer of brick on there. Here's some more brick ruins from the sawmill days. Not sure what it was, but it had its function. They're in the 1800s. There's another part of the old sawmill from the 1800s right here. Some kind of brick vat or something, I'm not sure. It was like stuff drained into it at one point. Look at this. This is another part of this sawmill ruins. Not sure what this is. I wish I could see a picture of the whole thing. And there's the other part over there. This, I never noticed this before. This part of also part of the sawmill too. Some kind of, I don't know what any of this is, to be honest. I just think it's awesome. Look at that. The guy is made out of tabby. It goes all the way over here. I don't know, some kind of processing area. Goes all the way over here. There's the view up from this way. This huge area over here, you can see the tabby there. And you can see the bricks, some kind of different vats and stuff. And it goes all the way around here. And they got a mountain with more bricks in it. And it goes all the way over here. See how there's all bricks? And over here to a brick wall on this side. And there's the tabby foundation here. See that? And you can see the brick over there. This was a big processing room for something. Okay, this is the ruins from the sawmill here at Darien. It's called a Lower Bluff Sawmill, built in 1819 by Hilton and Dodge Lumber Company. Low Bluff Mill, right here, where Fort King, Georgia is located in Darien, is the first steam-powered sawmill in the Southeast. Saw millions of feet in lumber each year. Darien was the richest town in the time because of the lumber industry right here. This was the center of the lumber industry back in the 1800s. You tell this was a huge processing room right here, all the way around, and the big parts over there. Really cool. And you can see the mound where the rest of it was. This is pre-tidal sawmill right here. And this, I mean, the little pond they use, you can see all the stuff in there, the wood that's still in there from the sawmill days, sticking up in this pond. Part of the Lower Bluff sawmill too as well. These bricks here, part of the operations of the sawmill. Probably held a steam engine. This pond was used for logs, holding logs. It was probably a lot bigger than this, all the way down for the sawmill. Little bitty alligator right there swimming in a log pond. Here's the Lower Bluff incinerator. Probably a lot bigger back in the 1800s for their scraps and all the byproduct with sawmill. You see it open over there. See the bricks there, all the way down. The way it works, the logs were in the basin, the log pond, and they pulled them up here to this area right here and processed them, and then the sawmill was probably up on the upper bluff right there. So it kind of was a process. Start with the water here to this area right here, which was probably, that was probably where the steam powered machine was, right there in that area. And then the byproduct, the end product, was up there. Some more stuff from the sawmill here. I never noticed that before. It's like a piece from the sawmill as well. See the basin. This is from the sawmill's days. I just found this. Never seen this before. Used during the sawmill days too. And this was a saw pit. Supplied fresh water to the boiler. Steam-powered sawmill operations in 1800s right here. Big deep hole. And the boiler is a big huge building over here. See more bricks over here. Further up the bluff. These are the kind of saws they used at first. They go up and down like that, powered by water. And they just go up and down. Later they used the circular saws. The big gigantic ones. And this is a picture of what the lower Bluff sawmill looked like in Darien during its time of operation. And this is probably the area near where the log basin is, where all those brick ruins are and all the bricks. And this is just another view of the Lower Bluff sawmill, or the Dodge sawmill in Darien, later become the Savannah sawmill, and shows you how it operated there.